Welcome to episode 4 of the Pimp My iPad series. This week we'll take a look at organising your iPad, in particular the apps, so that it looks less cluttered and you can find things quickly. And in addition, we'll also look at sharing your content on your iPad and sharing the content that's on your home network. So first up, I'm going to show you how to organise your apps into folders. To put an app into a folder, simply hold down on the app until it wriggles, and then drag the app across onto another app. This will create a folder. It will automatically title the folder based on the most common genre of apps in that group. So in this case, it's gone with medical apps. I can edit this by clicking on the box and changing the name of the folder as I wish. So I've just changed it to medicine. And as you can see, it says medicine there in bold. It says medicine on the screen underneath the folder box, and also says medicine when I click on that folder box. So I can change the name to anything I absolutely want, so I'll just change it again to show you. Change it to Sea Monkeys. So now the folder is called Sea Monkeys. Click done, exit out, and there you can see Sea Monkeys is the name of that folder on the screen. So there's many different ways you can organize apps as well. And another way to organize apps that I find particularly useful is by action. So by action in this case, I could type something like learn. So these are my learning apps. And for example, for writing apps, I could write to jot. And I'll just show you another example. For my photography apps, I can just say photo. But for reminder apps, I could say remind me. There's plenty of examples. It's really up to you. You can also organize by alphabet as well. Finally, just to show you how to drag down an app onto your multitask bar for quick access. Just showing you Dropbox now. And now that's been added to your quick access bar, so you can access that on any screen. And I've just quickly loaded up Flipboard from this. Because it's a commonly used app, I have it on that bar and I can access it straight away, read my news, and then shut it back down again. Now I'll show you how to sort your apps using iTunes. Unfortunately, I didn't have my iPad on me today, so this is using my iPhone, but same sort of principles basically. You can see backup options, other options such as manual manage music and videos, and also our capacity down the bottom here, which highlights different colors for different file content, and finally sync on the right there. Now I'll just go to the app section. And here you can sync your apps with that tick box up there. So automatically sync, or you can select, and these are our individual screens. Same for the iPad as the iPhone or any iOS device. It shows all your screens there, and you can select and move apps around on those screens. So if we just scroll down, these are some of the apps I've got. I've got iPhone and iPod Touch apps down the bottom, and iPhone, iPod Touch and iPad apps up the top. We can also sort by category. Again, just scrolling up and down, showing you how it's rearranged them. We can sort by date. We can sort by size. And finally, we can sort by name. So I'll just add an app now. I'll add Box for iPhone. And if I wanted to add it, I could click apply and it would automatically add Box across. And now it's appeared on screen 2 of my iPhone. So unclick and it's disappeared because I didn't install it. Down the bottom, we also have our other apps that we can share documents between our iOS devices and our computer, so either way. And I'm going to add a document to my iPhone here, so I've just added a lecture called L4 Brain Dev, or Development it was for short. Finally, we can go across to the app section on the iTunes sidebar. And here we can see a list of apps that I've got for iPhone, iPod Touch and iPad. And then we can also change to genres and have them organized by genres and get a rough idea of what sort of apps we have and what sort of apps we're after. So this is particularly useful when you have really big app libraries. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to set up home sharing using iTunes. As you can see here, I already have a shared library called Media Center Library, and this is where all your shared libraries will go. To start off, go to Edit and then Preferences, and then go across to Sharing. Here you can click Share My Library on my local network, and click Share My Entire Library or just Share Selected Playlists. You can also make the library require a password by selecting this box, and finally you can select all home sharing computers and devices to update play counts. Finally, devices, this highlights any remotes that you have attached to your iTunes library, such as your iPhones or iPads. So you can use your iPad or iPhone as a remote essentially. If we go back now to the media library, I'll just show you some of the files that are in there. So this is on a separate computer to this computer, just to clarify. And I can search anything I like. So I just search classical, and it brings up all my classical music that's on that computer. And as you can see, I actually don't have any music on the computer that I'm recording on right now. Completely empty. Finally, with home sharing, you've got to make sure you're using the same iTunes account for it to work smoothly. So you can turn off home sharing as you just saw then, and that's where you go to turn it on as well. And that's all from the iTunes side of things. So now we'll demonstrate home sharing on the iPad. To start with, we'll go to Music, then go across to More, click Shared, and load up the Media Centers library. So it's just loading now. And now we have Media Centers library loaded with it showing the playlist section of the library at this stage. So there's a number of different playlists I've got on that library. And we can click Recently Added and have a look at the songs there and play a song. And that's just playing. That's how you can play a song from another computer. Back to the playlists. We can also go songs, artists, see all our artists that I've got, albums, and if we go back to more, we can also select genres and go via genres. So we've got rock, we've got alternative, classical, whatever your sort of ears like, you can pick from there. If we go back to playlist now, I'll just demonstrate a search. So I'm going to type Back in Black. It's coming up with some AC/DC on the side. And so there was nothing in the song section, but if I go now to albums, there's the Back in Black album, and I'll just click on that. And this is basically what the album looks like in the music store, and that's from another computer. And that's basically it for home sharing on the iPad. That's it for this Pimp My iPad episode. Next episode, we'll take a look at browsing the internet on your iPad and ways of getting around on that, and also some extra features in Safari that you might not be aware of. As always, comments and feedback are welcome. You can either leave them here on the YouTube page or on lifeinthefastlane.com. Thank you again and hope to see you in the future.